Hey y'all, out here at SEMA 2013, and like I said, this place is in a league of its own. You just never know what you're going to see. New, old, trucks, four-wheel drive, off-road, on-road, it's just all here. And there is a 54 Buick Wildcat 2 recreation here. I've never seen one. I've seen a Buick Wildcat, but not one like this. So anyways, let me run somebody down here and tell us a little bit about it. Ken, how are you, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, and how you doing, Scotty?
Not too bad. Tell me a little bit about your hot rod you got here.
Well, what I brought to the show today is a 1954 recreation of the Wildcat 2.
Now, you said they made two of these.
No, they made one of them.
A Wildcat 1 and a Wildcat 2,
Well,
you said?
okay, the Wildcat 1 was a 53.
Okay.
And that was the precursor to the Wildcat logo.
Okay.
And that was a Motorama car. And then in 54, they built the Wildcat 2, and the Wildcat 2 was kind of a takeoff of the Corvette.
I saw the Corvette lines because that's
And
right back here. I thought, would you make it out of a Corvette?
There were some Corvette parts in Buick's original build of the car. In 54, there were three cars built for the Motorama: the Wildcat 2, the Oldsmobile F88, and the Pontiac Bonneville. And they were all patterned after the Corvette.
Okay.
Never intended to go into production.
So none of these Wildcats were production cars. They were just like promos.
They were strictly Motorama cars.
I gotcha.
No intention of being reproduced in that. One of the unique features of maybe the Wildcat 2 is, versus the Pontiac and the Oldsmobile, those cars, after their usefulness, went to that Warhol for crushing, and the Wildcat 2 never ever left the hands of Buick, and it's still with them today in the Buick gallery.
So tell me, that's the history of the Wildcat. Tell me about the Wildcat you got sitting here on this floor.
I'm a Buick nut. I have been since '66 when I bought my first Riviera. I do own a couple of collector other Buicks other than this, and when I finished restoring a 53 Buick Skylark, I needed something to do, and so I decided I was going to rebuild the Wildcat 2 as a whole car. What I went and accomplished is I told the Buick Gallery that I want to recreate the car, but I want to recreate it as it was done today and modernize it underneath.
Right.
And they said, hey, that kind of is a neat premise, because the original car was nothing more than basically a push toy. And so what we set out to do is we went in, they allowed me to digitize the real car, so I had all of the dimensions, the form, the shape, the fit, and whatever, and then I set off to build one.
What'd you build it on?
I built it on what the original car was built on, and that was a Corvette chassis and a Corvette tub. Now, Buick, in their styling studio, as you can see, cut it apart quite extensively. And of course, Buick put their Buick knee action suspension and a Dynaflow transmission, and they did put a 322 Buick nail head in it. And I told the gallery we're going to put a modern motor in it.
What motor are you running in it?
I stayed true to the nail head.
Yeah.
Only difference is mine got a 425.
Oh.
And it's EFI injected.
I gotcha.
And all the latest bells, spindles, and whistle, tune port injected, and that. The transmission in it is a Borg Warner all aluminum T10, and the suspension underneath it is Corvette C4.
What, how's the hood open?
The hood opens just like a conventional hood, where we would unlatch it, and it would open just like a regular hood would open. But when you open the hood, the tops of the fenders and everything go up with it, so then you see the inner fender wells.
Is it hard or impossible to open the hood?
No, it's not impossible.
Can we look at it?
You may look at it. I'll have to crawl underneath it to.
All right. Well, let me do this then. Let me finish this segment. We'll put another segment in with the hood open, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So yeah, let me do that, folks. Let me get Ken to crawl up underneath his car and open the hood for us, because we want to see the hood open. I bet that's cool. So hang on one second. Huh? How cool is that? Look at how those fenders go, right? Dude, that is so wild, man. That is cool. How long did it take you to build it?
The build on this car was 8 years.
All right, and we got to have some shout-outs to give some people, some thank yous, right? Nobody helped you?
We have a shout out to give to Marvin Content from Creative Concepts, who did a lot of the coach works.
Right.
And then I have a very good friend of mine, Ed Stoffels, who was instrumental in some of the development of the parts, engineering, and also the complete electrical system in this.
That must have been something too, right?
Yes.
What are you running, 6 2-barrels or something on there? What is
No,
that?
that is a vintage Hillborn injection out of the late 50s. And basically all we're using the Hillborn injection for is the throttle body. There's a fuel rail underneath the injectors so that this is all EFI injection, and the electronics for the spark and that are hidden in the distributor. So the motor is literally electronic EFI injected motor, as it were in a passenger car today.
Today. But
So-
what is the motor actually out of?
Oh, excuse me.
No, I didn't ask. I'm just wondering. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the motor is originally out of a 66 Buick Riviera,
Okay.
which was a 425 cubic inch nail head. So we're figuring we have enough cubic inches and horsepower for this thing.
I believe you do. Brother, I know I'm at SEMA, and there's some really cool stuff out here, but I want to tell you, Ken, you really nailed it, brother.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for giving me the time
Yes.
to show it to me.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Scotty.
Great. Thank you, brother. Folks, there you go. There is a recreation of a Buick Wildcat 2 at the SEMA show. Like I said, late model stuff, old stuff, on-road, off-road, doesn't matter. It's SEMA. It's all here. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. See ya.